What is going on, guys? Bearded Bricks here, back again with a weekly city update. I know. It has been a while. Now, let me give y'all all a little bit of the backstory. So I have been on kind of a little hiatus for a little while. I am going live again. It is moved to Wednesdays instead of Thursdays. But I took the city to Columbia Brickcon. It is the South Carolina, the SC Bricks lug I'm in. I took it, made it there perfect with some help of some really good friends. Nothing really happened. A couple buildings kind of came apart a little, but it was nothing major. We literally had the city set up on the table in a matter of an hour, if that. Now, putting it back up to leave was a different story. Packing it up, when you're setting those base plates down in the boxes, it wasn't very nice. It wasn't very friendly. It packed up a lot better the first time than the second time. When I was packing it back up, it was just a little bit, we were in a rush, but one of the things is the buildings didn't last because they weren't on mills plates. So that's one of the few things that I've done in this little area. As you know, I did go back on the live streams and start building some of the buildings for the city. I had an option. Do I completely take apart the city and just stop right there? Or do I kind of rebuild it, get it ready for BrickFair, Virginia? And everyone said that I should continue it. So I put it all back together, got it all on mills plates. As you can tell, everything is much more sturdier. And I want to take this time to just tell everybody, if you plan on building something like a city or even a big mock, put it on mills plates. Do it on something to where it's a lot more sturdier than using normal plates, because it's just so much easier to move. If you're building a city just to let it sit, doing it on base plates is fine. But anytime you go to move a building, you are really doing crucial damage to it. If you don't believe me, pick up a modular. The modulars aren't that, structurally supportive at the bottom. They all try to tilt the way one of the buildings are. If you just do it on mills plates, it's so much easier. It does cost a little bit more, and there's 100 of designs, but it will make a hell of a difference, I promise. Now, as you will notice, there are no minifigs, there are no vehicles, and there are no details. That will be something me and the buddy that is going with to BrickFair set up. It's all going to come off our head. We got a bunch of Easter eggs planned out. We still might do the scavenger hunt. I know that BrickFair has the scavenger hunt, but we might do one of our own. I did have to rebuild the city to kind of take place a little bit in a different area. The way that the tables are set up, I can't really have a 360-degree view unless they decide to give me one. If they decide to give me one, that is awesome. I can still bank back and do what the original plan was. It's just going to be the buildings are mixed up, but there's still the right amount of buildings and the right amount of corner buildings to make up for it. Now that that's all said, let me take you a little bit through the city and kind of show you what's going on, show you what's changed. Like I said, it does kind of look a little dull because there's not a little minifigure set up, but I promise that I will be taking some video equipment with me at BrickFair, and I will be showing you where it's set up. I am going Wednesday through Sunday, and it should be set up Wednesday. I should be doing the videos sometime, and it should be no problem whatsoever to get all this hammered out. So guys, as you can see, for the people who have kept up with the city, the Rock Hard Cafe has went from a normal front-facing building to a corner building. I have added the venue and the concert on the top. That way you can kind of see it, and I ain't got to take apart any of the buildings. One of the things I did do with this is I built it to where a lot more of the scenes that I wanted to add are going to be outside and visible versus inside, where I'm going to have to take some stuff apart. So a lot of the stuff that was in the buildings that were done for detail, I have moved to other locations outside so you can still see it and nothing's really harmed. Like in this building, for instance, the barber shop is still down at the bottom, but everything else is just kind of hollow. I have took that scene and added it elsewhere. One of the things I did do was get rid of the bank that was being robbed and kind of added the sidewalk scene here. You're gonna see some graffiti going on. I've got a bunch of Eclipse graphic parts in this to kind of show a lot of detail and a lot of stuff that's been done, and I thought this was going to be a little better. And if you see the bank and the way it's set up, you'll understand why. Now, as you're coming down the block, you will see that I have the Sentinel. So you've heard me talk 100 times about how I hated this thing. I didn't like the way it was. I tried to set it up in the city before to where it was stuck to a base plate. It just didn't work. But I have buried him inside of a building. He has plenty of structure in there. As you can see, it wobbles a little bit, but it is structurally sound. He is actually tied with the original thing that you were supposed to use to the back of the building. It's not going anywhere. When I do have to box this up, I will have to take him apart a little bit, but his head and stuff comes off pretty easy, and I just need to do that so it fits in the box. These two buildings, of course, have nothing in them. There was no point in putting anything in them. Like I said, it's his structure that's in there. Moving on down, I did kind of stick with this building. It changed a little bit, but I included the scene that was going to be inside of it up here on top of the roof. That way you can see it, like I said, without me taking the building apart. Now moving down, I had to keep the Aunt May scene with Doc Ock Robin, the Spidey outfit. That's something I've had since the original version of this city, and I like it so much that I just had to stick with it. I couldn't not have it in here. Up next is also one of the bigger changes. The convenience store was a corner building, but I have taken it apart and put it into a front-facing building. Everything is still going on the inside. I have moved all the detail to one floor. That way I can just kind of pull the top off and show you that little bit. A lot of these buildings, as you could tell, are still modular. They still do come apart pretty easy. So that will be one of the things that I show. The lawyer's office doesn't have much interior in it. It will on the floor that it's done. I have all the chairs and everything set up, and there will be some, but it's only going to be stuff you can see through the windows. Now the cinema is still set up kind of like it was, but now it has 100% full interior. It is ready to go. There's some scenes that are inside. There's going to be some scenes on the outside. This is going to be one of the buildings that is fully, I'm not going to say functional, but it does have all floors, all working, everything in it. So the city did end up being 10 base plates long, and it's going to be 4 wide. This is the first part. I will do another video to show you the second part and show you what's going on. But I really hope y'all like it. Like I said, I'm really sorry. So I went through one of those phases where some stuff was going on. I got tired of being down here. I got tired of dealing with it. Wanted to spend my time in other areas. And as I was doing that and almost going into like a dark age almost, I realized that I really love this stuff too much to just stop. So I came down here. Like I said, I started doing the live streams again. I got the city back. It's ready to go, and I'm going to be in it full-fledged. Many of you know, if you don't, there'll be a video about it coming soon. The next mock is going to be absolutely ginormous. I have already got a lot of minifigs for it. They're not going to have anything to do with these minifigs. I might hide some of these in there, but it won't have any of the scenes and stuff that's kind of going on here. I want to let y'all know that I will be shooting the other video very soon. It will probably be coming out next week to show you the part dos of the city, kind of explain the other buildings that are on the other side, and show you some of the other changes I have made. But I'd really like to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, support the channel, show me some love, and don't forget, if you're at BrickFair, come out and see us, come out and hang out. I would love to meet everybody that I haven't yet, and I'd always love to see the faces that I met last year. Let's keep it all going. Peace.